What is a lesson plan and what are its purposes? Can a teacher, especially in the basic education, teach without it? These are what we are going to discuss today. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome to Joy's University. Today I will be discussing the importance of lesson planning and the benefit teachers could get if they would plan for their lessons. When I was teaching in the basic education, lesson planning was really one of my struggles. Okay? I found difficulty coming up with effective plans. I even wished before that teachers should not be obliged to come up with daily plan. Alright? But right after my 1 year of teaching, it was only then I realized how important lesson planning is and how important coming up with an effective lesson plan. But what is this lesson plan? Your lesson plan is your roadmap of what students need to learn and how will it be done effectively during class time. Your lesson plan would give you the step-by-step procedure as to achieving your outcomes for the hour and as to the activities to be given to your students. Planning lesson means the teachers could enter the classroom fully prepared or fully prepared to teach new concepts. Okay? When you plan for your lessons, it would also lead to meaningful discussions. Okay? So instead of just figuring out as things would go. Now, without a lesson plan, students was lose focus. Okay? The teachers would be left scrambling as to what is to be done next. Alright? So that is why lesson planning is really very important. Now, with lesson plans, teachers was first approach each lesson with confidence. It's really true because if you master your lesson, you are really very confident to stand in front of your students. So if the teacher plans for the lesson, the teacher has the chance to check understanding of the concept to be taught to learners, and the teacher also will be given the chance to revisit his or her mastery of the concept to be taught. So if the teacher would realize that he or she is not that knowledgeable of the concept, then planning was give him or her the opportunity to master it. I mean, he would read a lot of things. He would equip himself or herself with the necessities of teaching that particular topic. And another thing, if the teacher plans for everything that would happen in the classroom, okay, the teacher would make sure that he could think of very good strategies fitted to the kind of students that he or she has, or the teacher could craft activities that are aligned with the outcomes of the hour. And if the teacher knows all these things, then he or she has the right to stand in front of the class, in front of the students with head up high. Kasi sabi niya, I know everything that will happen, and so that knowledge of everything that would happen would give the teacher confidence. Alright? And this confidence, not overconfidence, because that's a different thing. This confidence, okay, the teacher would be felt by the learners. Okay? And in turn, the learners would be more participative in the classroom because they know that the teacher knows what he do. The teacher is the guide in the classroom discussion, and the teacher is serious with everything that is supposed to be done in the classroom. That's why I would like to share a certain quotation that if you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. And lesson planning is the best way for teachers to prepare for whatever happens in a 1 hour discussion. So, even if you are a distinguished teacher, even if you have been teaching for like 15 or 20 years na, 'Diba? There is really a need to plan for the lesson. There's really a need to plan for the lesson. Even college instructors, there is still a need to plan for the lesson, even if you are not obliged to come up with your learning plan or your lesson plan. You still have to plan for whatever it is that will happen in your class. All right, that's the first benefit that you could get. So with lesson planning as well, teachers can manage, okay, manage classroom time more effectively. Kasi kung planado mo lahat ng mangyayari sa klase mo, okay, the teacher knows what is the first activity to be given. The teacher knows how to end the discussion. The teacher knows the questions to be asked to students. The teacher knows everything, all right? And the students would be very busy accomplishing all these tasks given by the teachers. And so because everything is planned, everything is broken down into defined flow with specific classroom activities, then classroom management would never be a problem, all right? And your lesson planning as well would make students very busy accomplishing their task, and they will not have to do, and they don't have time to do unnecessary things. And the teachers as well will not be running out of words, will not be running out of activities, because everything is planned, diba? I experience a lot of times, I accept then that I also have flaws. There were instances na I really faced my students unprepared. And so I ran out of words. I don't know what to discuss. I don't know what activities to give. At ang ending ko lagi, I would just give them a quiz, a simple quiz. Tapos magbibigay lang ako ng question for an essay type of quiz. Tapos mag-answer na sila ng isang oras. Alright? If the students are really very good, they would know that you do that because you do not have anything to do in the classroom. And ganun talaga yon. That's really true. I don't know. Ewan ko lang kung sa iba, they really make sure that they enter their classes prepared. But ako, there were really times, especially when I had a lot of problems and I had to think of all those things. I really entered, sometimes, okay, there were few moments that I entered my classes unprepared. Okay, and that was really very difficult. Okay, next. With lesson planning, the teachers would be given the ability to align learning with standards or align activities with outcomes. Alright? Because, syempre, when you plan, you already have to think of the activities, no? Activities to do so that you may be able to craft possible outcomes based on those activities. Alam niyo po, when you do planning, when you plan for your lessons, ang pinaka-criteria po talaga doon is that you should be a master of the topic. Because if you know everything about the topic, it would just be very easy for you to craft everything. If you know exactly how to teach that topic, you won't be having any problems as regards, okay, the alignment of the outcomes and the assessment tools, and opening the class and then ending it or closing it, and then the activities that will be inserted in between. Alright? So wala kang magiging problema. Another, through lesson planning, the teachers also will be given the chance to plan and perfect into the future. Plan and perfect, it says there, into the future. Because, you know, like what I said a while back, daily lesson planning is really very demanding. It requires a lot of investment of time and of effort. Okay? That's why, kung tinuro mo yung subject na yun ngayon and you are ready with all your plans, it would be a lot easier when you'll be teaching the same subject next year. All you have to do is to review the plan that you created, make some necessary revisions, make some put some more relevant activities, or you update it, you include research-based findings about it. So you will no longer be thinking of coming up with the entire plan. You only have to improve, to perfect whatever it is that you have planned. And that's also happening in the college level. Like, we are coming up with our syllabus or with our learning plans, and because we taught the subject like a year ago, it's just very easy for us to update the learning plan. Ang pinaka-importante lang po talaga sa mga teachers is that you must be very much willing to be to be better every day, to be better every year, because that's really the purpose. And if you really would want to be better every year, then you have to be open to suggestions. You have to let somebody check your work. You have to accept recommendations to make your plan or your LPs a lot better. Okay? Because kapag talaga gawa mo, unang best mo, gandang-ganda ka na sa ginawa mong lesson plan mo, but after 1 year and you try to revisit the plan that you made, ang dami mong marirealize, ang dami mong palang dapat gawin. Okay? Mas maganda pala yung mga activities na to. You have to be very open with that. Okay? Dapat ganun po tayo. We have to make ourselves better every day. And the next one is that through lesson planning, you're able to document not only the progress of the learners, but the progress of your progress too. Okay? So makikita mo, ay, nung last year pala, ganito yung mga questions na ginawa ko, hindi pala ito masyadong maganda. I'll be changing it into this one. And you'd also be aware of the progress of the students last year, when my students were like this, they were not able to answer this particular part, and now they are getting better. You tend to document the progress in the teaching and learning process. Alright? So if you really are interested in making yourselves better, and if you're interested really in phasing your students na maganda yung pagkaka-teach mo ng isang subject, then you really have to plan for your lesson, right? So these are the things I would like to share now as teachers, okay, especially in the basic education. Ang pinakaunang criteria dapat na meron ka when you come up with a very good plan, you should have mastery of the subject matter. You should know everything about the subject matter. And it's only then that you are capable of coming up with a very good plan, with very good activities, very good questions, appropriate learning activities depending on the kind of students that you have. Alright, so let us try to make ourselves better every day. Let's try to do our plans a lot better every day. Alright, so this will be all. For the next video, I'll be presenting you 2 kinds of lesson plans and how to come up with it. Alright, bye-bye. See you next time.